welcome back to Let's Play Splatoon! Last time we finished up World 1, which you can kind of see, I think it's... which one is it? I don't know. Anyway, this time we are going to start with World 2, and as you can see, one little, I guess you could say, gimmick of this Let's Play is I'll be switching genders every video. So we'll probably end up with an uneven number, so I'll try to compensate by the end for like, through the bonus missions. But in any case, this is World 2. Sunken Scroll is really easy in this one. It's like the easiest one. Because it's... if you just explore normally, you're gonna find it really easily. Ow! That's the first death. I don't even know what killed me. I didn't even see what killed me there. But in any case, this is a good time to go over one mechanic. Basically, that meter in the top left is your, I guess you could, it's not really a health bar, it's like a life bar, really. Basically, you have 3 deaths per area. And I say per area because of a reason, because every time you hit a checkpoint, it refills. So, again, like I said, this game is actually pretty easy for single player, so it's not going to be a problem. The only time when you might die is actually in some of the special worlds. Which are unlocked using Amiibo, which we will be doing some of, but not all of, because it's actually really redundant. Not spoil it, but it's very redundant. But that's just kind of an interesting thing to point out, though, that, yeah, actually doing it with the splatter shot, which is the gun we have now, is actually really easy. This area can be tricky if you don't manage to trigger the geysers at the right time. If you can trigger them at perfect times, you can actually take out pretty much all of them with 1 or 2 geysers. I did not get that lucky, though. So, yeah. This game is really fun, though. I do really like Splatoon, though it may seem otherwise. My main issue is just that the single player is not as fleshed out as it should be. I went the wrong way, by the way. I was supposed to go right first. If you go right first, you end up on that platform where you get a lot more power-ups. So we actually do want to do that. Sunken Scroll was in that box under the Octoling. No, Octarian we just fought. If you're wondering, Octolings are different from Octarians. We'll be getting into that difference next time. Next episode, I mean. And, there we go. First level of stage 2 defeated. So that was pretty painless, actually. Let's see. Number 5 is, I think... oh, first we should read this. Scroll was found in a deep rock layer. Its age estimated at approximately 2,000 years. It details the ancient turf wars of the time and seems the basic 4v4 battle format has already been established. So I think 5 is down here. You can also use the touchscreen to fast travel if you found the entrances, which is why I found the entrances. So number 5 is actually really easy. But it also has a scroll that can throw you off, or at least it throws me off occasionally. I remember on my run last year, I accidentally missed it. Also, if there are any long pauses, it's not sound like a shameless plug or anything, but I may or may not be watching a live stream during this. I'm recording this during the week of like Con Bravo, which is in, I think, Ontario. So I'm watching a panel from Con Bravo while actually recording this episode. That is very responsible Let's Playing, I know, but it's like, I don't want to miss the panel. So, without further ado, I have the volume off, by the way, so that's not going to distract me. So yeah, it's weird how I do this kind of thing. I multitask a lot, so I tend to have multiple stuff going on. Sometimes even when doing Let's Plays, like, I think this is actually the second time I've actually watched this panel, or had a panel open during a Let's Play, which is kind of weird. But I actually focus really well when multitasking. Like, for example, if I'm doing math, because I'm a math major, I actually do really well if I actually am multitasking. Which sounds really backwards, but it's like, if I have music playing, or if I have, like, I don't know, a video on, I actually do better. And, like, you may be like, oh, sure. But, you know, if you look at my grades, I mean, you can't argue with that. Not to brag or anything, but it's like, for some reason, for me, probably because of how ADHD I am, I actually work really well when I split my focus for some reason. So it's actually easier to get the gems from below, in my opinion, because it's actually kind of hard to ink it while also getting shot at. Also, the Sunken Scroll is, yeah, one of the more intricately hidden ones because you actually have to let the sponge take a bit of damage first. This area can be a little bit tricky. There's no cannon to help you, so that also makes it harder. Just basically, this is almost sort of a stealth portion, actually, because you have to really watch where that guy is. That guy. Because he goes behind cover, so you want to jump when he's behind something. Okay, so we got another rocket launcher. The rockets did go a little bit left of where I think they are going to go. Probably just because I'm leading in shots like that. Like, if you're aiming like that, it's not going to shoot where you want it to go. So yeah, you really want to line up shots well. This guy is really hard to... Oh, never mind. I was gonna say it's actually kind of hard to take out, but okay. That works too. And we have the second Zapfish of the episode. I'm actually watching at source quality and it's actually not freezing. Normally I have to crank it all the way down to mobile quality. I guess I'm having a good day, internet-wise. So, that is another level down. The terrifying biology of the Inkling. So basically they're squid, except for the jumping. Because squids can't usually jump to up to 5 feet. Simple and predatory, that's kind of mean, actually. Okay, so number 6 is up next. 6 is actually a little bit tricky. If you're going for all the orbs, which we're not. I mean, yeah, I am going for the orbs, but at the same time, it's not like a huge deal, I suppose. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, if I miss a couple orbs, it's not going to be the end of the world. In actuality, it is very difficult to get all the orbs needed to level up to max in one go. You tend to have to do a couple playthroughs. I would recommend doing amiibo challenges because it's a little less repetitive. You're still playing essentially the same stages but with modifiers, so it mixes it up and you still get orbs for it. But that's basically what the amiibo do. I didn't mean to actually give it away yet, but it kind of just happened. We actually gotta use a grenade because why the heck not? That was a bad grenade throw actually. I don't do well with grenade throws in any game. I'm that guy who, when playing like Metal Gear Solid, will usually end up like stun grenading myself rather than all the enemies. Hate to admit it, but yeah, that's kind of true. I think everyone's been there, like accidentally throwing a stun grenade and getting like stunned. That's happened to me quite a few times. Again, more times than I'd probably care to admit, actually. But the secret to that, Sunken Scroll is beneath this platform, so make sure you actually get that. Also, by the way, this is the world where I always start to have audio problems, so that's why I know this world like the back of my hand, because I've played this world 5 times, essentially. Initial run, and the 4 failed Let's Play it takes, so this is my 6th run through the level. So I actually know these levels really well. Not to brag or anything, but basically it's like familiarity breeds contempt, I suppose. That's totally out of context, but you know what I'm saying, right? Basically, like, it's just, like, I know this level really well. Yeah, familiarity breeds contempt is not the right phrase. This is the final checkpoint, actually. Yeah. I'm really not focusing on the livestream. I've seen this livestream before at other cons, so I'm not, like, super focused, but it's just kind of cool to see. Let's see, and after the Let's Play is over, I'll go watch it I'll watch it more, like, for detail, rather than just have it on in the background. But yeah, background noise actually helps me to do stuff for some reason, and a lot of people don't get that. Like, I talked to my mom, and my mom's like, how do you, like, do this? How do you, like, multitask? And it's just something I do. Like, sometimes I even have multiple games running at once. Like, sometimes I'll literally be playing, like, Animal Crossing, and also playing another game at the same time, which confuses people, but I have my reasons for doing this, because a lot of games I play, like Overwatch, sometimes have long waiting room times, so it kills time. We're only at 10 minutes. Like, when I said I know this level well, I meant it. I have played this level way more times than I care to admit, to be honest. We're gonna upgrade these two now. The bombs I just don't use that much, so we are not gonna upgrade those right away. So number 7 is actually over here. I feel like they should spread, like, fan out, and that would make it a lot easier than having them all in, like, a row, basically. I mean, just all around. Because it actually does get a little bit confusing, actually, not being able to go in a straight, like, progression to find the levels. It's sort of like Sonic Adventure, where it's just, like, it kind of occasionally feels like a hub world for the sake of having a hub world. Which isn't a bad thing, mind you, it's just, eh. That's also the sunken scroll, by the way, over there. So yeah, we'll have to make sure to get that. Basically, with these little platforms that move, a lot of them you can actually ride under normal platforms, and you actually want to do that because there's usually going to be stuff hidden there. Okay, this guy is another one of those little balloon guys. You kind of have to hurry here, or the spreader will knock you off. That was a little bit more clutch than I would have liked it to be, but it worked out. Also, the next level onwards is going to be back to being a little less, like, proficient, because that's when I basically couldn't record anymore. Okay, so do that and that. Oh, I see. So yeah, this is a little bit of a secret, and again, sunken scroll right there. Do not forget it, like I did on my practice run. Which wasn't actually a practice run, it was actually the actual Let's Play, but the audio glitched. Okay, take you out, and also, by the way, I haven't decided, and I'm actually thinking not. I've kind of decided against doing a multiplayer portion of this Let's Play because my internet sucks. The only time when I can actually play Splatoon because of my internet is, like, really late at night. Like, not even kidding. Hypothetically speaking, you could ride the spreaders around the side and actually skip this checkpoint. Not sure why you would want to do that, but you can actually do that. Okay. More of these little platforms that go up and down, so logic dictates that we should just write this down and around, just for that hidden balloon. Yeah, we will not be going for the grenade upgrades, or yeah, grenade upgrades during the Let's Play, just because I just don't use grenades that much. This area kind of stinks, by the way, because, well, yeah, you can kind of figure it out. Balloon rotates, the spreaders rotate, the Octoling essentially rotates. I keep saying Octoling when I mean Octarian. There is a difference. There's a big difference between the two, and we'll be getting into that actually this episode. I said last time, earlier, that it was going to be next episode, but it's actually going to be this episode because we're flying through World 2. Again, mostly because I played it before. Very recently. Yeah, we'll probably do one more level and then move on. I'd like to get to the boss, but I don't think that's going to happen. It might actually happen. I just looked over at the time and it's like, yeah, we have time. Possibly. If we can get through these next two levels quickly, we might actually be able to do all of World 2 in one video. The ink spray during a turf war vanishes almost immediately after the battle ends. How environmentally friendly and incredibly convenient. Take that, Super Mario Sunshine. Speaking of Super Mario Sunshine, this actually was meant to be a Mario spin-off originally. I don't know if it was going to be Sunshine specifically. Oh, sorry, I just got looking at something. Sorry. I'm that scatterbrained. Got company, bucko. Octolings ahead. So yeah, Octolings are basically the Inkling versions of the Octarians. This is basically a multiplayer sim. If you want to basically play against bots, this is the easiest way to do so. It's not quite the same because it's not a turf war, it's a deathmatch. But the Octoling AI is also really horrible too. This is actually a multiplayer map, by the way. This was actually one in the final Splatfest, if I'm not mistaken. The one that I barely was able to participate in. I got up to Cali no wait. I think I got up to Cali champion, and then basically that was it because I couldn't play anymore. These are very open levels, so this will take a while to actually find the hidden scroll in. Hidden scroll is somewhere. It's in a box, I know that much. But which box? There are a lot of boxes here. Also, before you go online, I would actually recommend playing through these levels a little bit more than just once, and sort of familiarizing yourself with the layout of the area so you can actually maximize your efficiency. I think you can also warp the checkpoints as well in this particular mode because it's so open. But yeah, as you can see, finding the sunken scroll in these ones is not the easiest task in the world because a lot of stuff just kind of runs together. This area is mirrored, by the way, to make it fair, so it's like, it's a little bit tricky actually navigating. Because it's like, have I been here already? And it's like, no. Oh, okay. Yeah, so yeah, this is where things will get longer. This area always trips me up, by the way. That's the secret scroll. There it is. I knew it as soon as I saw the general vicinity of it. I knew where I was, but it took a while to figure out where it was relative to that, basically. Also, these things aren't in the multiplayer because they don't want you getting too close to the spawn points of the other teams. Besides, this is a little bit more intricately laid out. But in any case, that actually took a little bit longer. By longer, I mean a couple minutes, as opposed to just a very short time. Actually, that was basically the normal amount of time for a level. Those levels can be the shortest if you actually know where to go in advance. Okay, that's weird. And next time, we actually, what time are we at? 17. I'm not feeling confident I can actually get through this mission in, like, 3 to 4 minutes. So I think we're saving that for next time. And also, next time we get to fight the boss of World 2. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you join me next time for more Splatoon.